Welcome back, students. So in this session we'll try to understand about evaluation of your organization. So what is this evaluation of your organization? So your organization, evaluation of your organization plays a vital role in understanding the project here. So it is important for improving the activities related to your project, or it is also important in improving the management related to your project development. So what is this organization going to do here, right? So evaluation of your organization, it is responsible for understanding the systematic progress that you are obtaining from your project development here. So it is responsible for, or it is also it is going to focus on the major factors that are generally affecting the team performance. So this is also responsible for, like, evaluation of your organization will also help you out in understanding so what is the cost vested related to your project, and it is it is also measured in terms of the factors related to your project development, right? So here this is going to focus on what are the problems related, what are the problems you have incurred throughout your project development, how it is, how your organizations are functioning, and it is what are the achievements related to the behavior of different people involved in your project development. So here, okay. Excuse me. Right. So your organization, so this particular diagram is going to provide you information on how your total members of total people are shifted from one phase to another phase, and how your center gravity related to your project shifts from one phase to another phase by providing 50% of people in each and every phase here. So if you look into this particular example, when you go with your inception phase, your software management has got around 50% of the total employees involved here. And when you go with your elaboration phase, your software architecture is involved with, software architecture phase is involved with 50% of employees. And next, when you go with your construction phase, your software development is now focused with maximum number of employees, that is a 50% here. And when you go with your transition phase, your assessment team is going to work actively with around 50% of people employed in this particular phase here. So this is going to help you out in understanding how your center of gravity is shifting from one phase to another phase. Right. So what are the key aspects you are supposed to consider here? First is the client complaints. So these are necessary in understanding what actually a client is expecting from you. So these client complaints are supposed to be tracked and examined on a regular basis. So by understanding the current problems of the clients, you can focus on recovering these particular complaints. Second is employee turnover cost. So this deals with what is the total cost that is incurred on employing a particular employee. So whenever I take this as total cost incurred, so this can be like hiring an employee into your organization, the total cost vested on training that particular employee, the total cost vested on the salaries of that particular employee. So all this will fall under your employee turnover cost. Next, if this particular turnover cost is more, you can assume that the problems related to your project development are deeper. So if the employee turnover cost is less, the problems related to your project development is less. Next is market research. So this particular market research will help you in understanding what are the new technologies that are available in your market, and whether you are able to adopt those particular new technologies into your project or not. And next you go with your risk register. So risk register, this is going to help you on outlining the potential risks that are involved in your project development, and how this can be overcome in your further iterations. Next is your board evaluations. So this particular board evaluations also plays a vital role or vital point to be considered, because this provides information on how your board is actually performing, how your management is actually performing. So whether your management is providing required essential hardware or software support or the cost related vested on this particular thing to the employees or not, or not, all these will fall under this board evaluations. So this is necessary to understand what is the approach followed by your company. And last is your balanced scorecard. So here this is used to match with the important points of your project here. So important points like important indicators of your project. What are the important indicators of your project? Whether your organization is vesting your cost only on those important indicators or not. So that is taken by this particular balanced scorecard. So all these key aspects are supposed to be considered when you go with your evaluating your organization. Right. So what are the activities emphasized in each and every phase? So now that we have seen the diagram which shows you the total number of employees vested at each and every phase. So at each and every phase, what are different activities that are involved is what we are going to understand now. So first is your elaboration phase. First is your inception phase. So what is this inception phase going to do? So in this particular inception phase, your inception team is going to come into picture. So they are responsible to understand the project from the abstract and lay down the basic baseline related to your project development. So here this is going to have a detailed information on what is the project is supposed to be and how your project is supposed to be developed. So it is responsible to compliance related to the project development and agree upon different agreements that are provided by your customer. So inception team is responsible to understand all the agreements and start from the very abstract of your project. Next is your elaboration phase. So this particular elaboration phase, in this particular elaboration phase, the elaboration team is going to majorly focus on architecture of your system. So this is going to think about, or it is going to work on purchasing the different softwares that are required for your project, purchasing the different hardwares that are required for your project, how many people are supposed to work on which particular phase. All these activities will be focused by this particular elaboration team here. So this is going to focus on the architecture in which the customer requirements are taken into consideration. Third is your construction team. So this particular construction team, it is working on your construction phase here. So this is responsible for converting the ideas into visionary view, or this is responsible to converting the whatever project idea we have into a useful point, or into a usage thing. So here this construction team, it is majorly related, the major focus is taken by a project manager and is responsible for developing, deploying the people on development of your project development. Last goes with your transition team. So this particular transition team is going to be working with the transition phase here. So this is going to review the different transitions available in your project. This is also responsible for assessing your project at different intervals of time and checking whether your assessment is success or not. And it is also responsible for moving your working with the deployment activities of your project at your customer end. So these are the different types of activities that are supposed to be emphasized by different teams at each and every phase. So that is all for this particular lecture. Let us meet in your next lecture. Thank you.